welcome everyone. How is everyone? G'day Tanya, g'day Belinda. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good
Good morning.
afternoon.
Good
Evening.
afternoon.
Sorry, guys. I'm just doing some sharing.
Oh yeah.
Sharing is caring. Yeah.
Okay. Man, that joke's shocking. Who would use that joke, man? That's my joke, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just
It's everyone's joke.
sharing.
I'm just sharing out too. Okay.
Where is it?
Just sharing, people. Okay. I better do the same on here. Oh, I'm on Facebook. Which one though? How is everyone going? Me and Stathi were just talking, and Stathi was just like, "Hey man, you do a reading show." I'm like, a reading show? Really? Yeah, fine. Oh, okay. We got other people live at the same time. That's okay. That's okay. It's Friday night. Anyone can go live on Friday night. There are no limitations. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Where are you?
I'm there. I'm there. I'm here. I'm here.
Here you
are. Shipments now. Now I'll go back to one and go, wait a sec, where am I? Yeah, people, if you just share us out, that'd be much appreciated. Belinda, thank you, Belinda. Belinda, much appreciated. Okay, where is me? I'm going to go there. Should go there and work it out. And still don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it. Okay, let's just see if this works. Okay.
Good morning, Tanya. How about Belinda?
That way. That's not what I wanted.
Well, Chris. Chris. Oh, who's Chris? That's interesting.
Chris.
I say Chris as well. Yeah, who's Chris? That's interesting.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Whoever Chris is, I have no idea who Chris is. But
where's Chris? I don't see Chris.
Yeah, so something to work on. Who Chris is? Wow.
Where is Chris? I don't see Chris on the comment section.
No, I don't. That's what I mean. Why did I say Chris? I was going to say we are well. I know I'm well.
Okay, that's not weird at all, is it?
Brooke. Instead of saying Brooke, I said Chris. And, you know, my ears are just gone crazy ringing right this moment.
Interesting. Yeah. You doing some mediumship, are you?
Maybe.
Who are you telling, man? I know, I'm just razzing you up, man. I'm just razzing you up.
Yeah,
so, Belinda, man, I haven't seen you both in a while. When was the last time you saw both of us? Don't know. Okay, I'm just still doing some stuff. Let's see.
Doing your stuff.
I think I did it on the wrong one. Does it matter? No, I think I can do that. I'll just go back to this, switch profile and see if it's in there. Okay, maybe 3 months. My God, what's been happening to you in the last 3 months? Much? Not much? A fair bit? Not heaps, but more than average? Like how would... Yeah. Okay. Okay, Belinda, how you going? Oh, lots. Please do tell. Please do tell.
Let's help. Speak. Okay. Occupy some space and time.
Maybe later. Is that a promise? It is. Okay. What am I doing? I need some cards. Let's just get some cards here. So, what's happening with you, Belinda? Belinda, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's all in here. These are the obstacles that you're creating at the moment. You're actually quite good. Okay. Okay. Limitations are in your mind. Okay, they're just coming out to distract you at the moment, Belinda. It's all coming out to distract you. Good, bad, sad, but mad. But I'm getting through it. These guys, there's always good. There's always bad. It's just ups and yeah. It's vibration. It happens in this vibrational universe. So, Stathi, what have you been up to the last 24 hours?
What have I been up to? I really have not been up to much. I've been indoors, digging deep within myself as I normally do.
Yep.
We're in winter, mate, and the winter itself always gives me a good reason to not do anything. So when I don't do anything, I do a lot more with myself.
Well, I was out foraging today and some saffron milky tops, which are like these orange creamy mushrooms. I just made chili with the mushrooms. Always going to make chili. Always going to make the chili. Oh, and I had 2 Carolina Reaper chilies in there. Oh, yum, yum, yum. I'm just going to light some incense. I think I've got Divine Karma incense. It's really sweet and it's really chunky. Okay. Love Palo Santo. Yeah. It's not bad stuff, is it?
I have dragon's blood burning at this moment. Oh no, that's the other part of what I'm doing.
Yeah. That poor dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Take my blood and murder, man. It smells better than unicorn's hair. Okay. All right. I'll try these today. Okay, so.
Oops, wrong one.
Belinda.
Message.
What can we do for you? What can we do for you? What do you?
We're just going to go with the flow tonight, guys.
Yep.
So we're just going to literally go with the flow. We'd be sitting on Discord yakking away, so we decided to come yak away here and harass anybody else who wants to be harassed.
We didn't see Tonya there. What, were you chicken or just busy? I didn't say chicken. Did I just say chicken? I didn't mean chicken. My friend has chickens. I'll bring it to you. Do you want to see the chickens?
Oh, yeah. Show the chickens.
Oh, bad chicken. Don't use shit on there. Oh, no. Can you get off? Woman. Call your woman, man. I need you to get off. Scoot. Off. Go. Good girl. Ooh, it's all right.
Oh, that's funny. That always gets me. Okay. Yeah, it is funny, isn't it? It is funny. Brat. Is that Bratsworth? No? Whatever that is. Don't know. Okay, Belinda. If you can guess a number between 1 and 3, we will give you one of these. Don't need a double reading. So pick a number between 1 and 3, and if you get the magic number, between 1 and 3. Oh no. I'm just raising you. What happened? Did you yeah, I had one, but then I went to a barbecue and it had nothing to do with the chicken. But I just thought I'd say that. My dad used,
From an egg.
my dad, the smell when they're plucking them, because when I was a kid, we had chickens on the farm, and Dad used to cut their heads off and pluck them with the hot water and the boiling water. And man, the smell was horrible. But Linda, don't worry, man. It's late where we are. Okay. I guess you're up, Linda. Okay, Linda, if you could just take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do that a few times. And as you're breathing in, hold it. As you breathe, when you come to breathing out, imagine and feel all your breath into your feet, going down, 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 down. Okay, I'm looking like I'm in trouble now. Is there someone I did forget to invite? I thought she was busy. Oh. That's it. When the boss is away, when the boss is away, the boys will play.
We're in trouble now. We got being put out. I just saw it.
It's him, Cindy. Hey, Steph.
How's it going?
It was Belinda. It was Belinda North, Cindy. No,
it was Tanya's fault. No, it was actually Tanya's fault. Really, it was.
And her and Loretta were conspiring. So
yeah, and Samantha got involved as well somehow. But I think it was actually Angelita's fault, really. I think it all began with Angelita. So I know she's not here, so she can take the blame.
Look, I pulled a few cards for you before, like 3 cards, and the first one just came off. Belinda, in the head. There seems to be, look, with the stress and the overthinking in the mind at the moment. Okay, you've got to realize that we put a lot of this onto ourselves. We create our reality, and at the moment, this is the second time it's come up as your main card is illusionary obstacles, and this comes in inverted. This is talking about the mind. This is talking about what we're feeding the mind. Okay, we create all the resistance. We create it because what we do is we think everything we do is basically a thought from the past, where we keep thinking and we keep replaying it and going, oh, what's this, and thinking about how we're pissed off and this. We're human. Okay, this happens all in the past. But what happens is we end up creating a reality where we use the past and we project it into the future. And we create all these things when, in fact, is if we just detach from everything, if we just let go and understand that every moment is a new moment, we can take a lot of the burden off of us. Okay. Okay, but don't worry what's happening. Okay, regardless of what happens, that's other people's issues, other people's perspectives, Belinda. That's just the way other people think. You aren't good enough. Okay, it's just the wrong person, the wrong time, the wrong scenario. You don't have to worry about it. It's not you. Okay, you're fine. You have to just come back and bring it back to yourself and get onto your game, Belinda. And don't worry your head about it, because it's this when we feed these negative emotions and we feed attachment. And all the yogis say, not Yogi Bear, spiritual yogis, they say, look, attachment is the root cause of all suffering. Okay, so time to let the past go and just try to move forward, which is it's got to come and haunt back in, and that we just do that mental wrestle with it. That's fine. Because what you're telling yourself at the moment, see, like I've got undeserved villains, and this is coming inverted, and this is about advice that we when we get advice from around us. Okay, we might mean well. There'll be someone. Traditionally, this card around this way is someone's giving you advice, but it's advice for them, for their purpose, not the best advice for you. And when I get this card inverted to me, it means this is you inside your head telling yourself what you want to hear and actually making things worse. Okay, we're human. It won't be the first time we do it, won't be the last time we do it. Okay, so it's time to take a big breath out. It's time to just breathe and reassess and just go, just let go. When those thoughts come in, you start catching yourself, finding, Belinda, when you start that stuff going around in your head, and your head is, you just got to catch yourself and go, okay, what I'm running away with it, and you can just remind yourself, pull yourself back at the moment, Belinda. Okay, look, okay, fine, shit, yep. Okay, let's change my focus, let's shift my focus, let's get out of it. Okay, because there's a divine plan. This is all part of the divine plan. Okay, and you just got to have faith and trust in the universe that everything's going to move forward, and everything's happening for a reason, the exact way it should be. Okay, and we can't change that. Okay, but this is a time for you to be going within and looking at yourself and looking at your patterns. Okay, what did I bring to this situation? Am I doing the same thing? Am I making the same choices because I'm relying too much on other people, or why am I doing it? Because there's something here. I'm getting that there's something here, Belinda, and this is a pattern. This is a recurring pattern. This is a subconscious pattern. This is a pattern that you keep falling into, and this is really important that we go within. You go within and you look and go, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I feeling this? Let's have a look at it. What did I bring? What am I doing? Because sometimes we can miss warning signs, because we want something. Okay, and there's a pattern here that the universe wants you to see, Belinda, because what happens is when we want something, we look at an object, something we desire. Okay, that's on the surface level, and then what we do is it's all about us getting to that object, us having that thing. Okay, and then what happens is we ignore all the warning signs, all the intuition, all the other stuff that comes around us. We ignore all that because we just want it, and as long as we're getting it, we're good. Okay, but there's something you're not seeing here. And the universe wants you to see. Your higher self wants you to see. Your guides, your guardians wants you to go, hey, look, there's something that you're overlooking. And to you, it's little. It's not that major. You've brushed it aside. But this has a ripple effect across the pond, Belinda. It has a ripple effect across the pond. And okay. And because this is what happens, and when we want something, we'll hide ourselves. We'll wear a mask, or we'll put on a persona to keep other people around us happy. Okay, because we're just looking at what we want and how to get to what we want. Okay, which is, you know what? It's basically fear, because look, fear. When we're in fear of something, all you want to do is put distance between us and that, and get as far as away at any cost. That's what fear does. And want does the same thing. Desire does the same thing, just in the opposite direction. And they're just as destructive. And we're going to see these patterns that we're doing. Why? We're going to break the patterns. Why? Because we want to evolve. We want the good stuff. And when we realize that we do this to ourselves, okay, we're creating the obstacles. And we've got to see past that. We've got to step back sometimes and be brutally honest with ourselves and go, dear God, I'm fucked. But it's all of us. We're gonna just be humble enough to look at ourselves and go, fucking hell, why the fuck did I do that? We all do it. We're all human. It's okay. It is okay. But most people don't want to be brutally honest. They want to go off in their heads. They want to think about their ideal place in the future, what it could be. And it's easier to live there in some fairy tale in their head, then look at themselves and go, okay, what do I need to change with me? What am I not seeing? What am I doing here? What's going to assist me in my current situation? People don't want to do that. They want to just go, okay, when is that person rocking up? When am I getting the new job? When is that happening? Just tell me when, and then I don't have to worry about it. That's not the way it works, unfortunately. That's not the way it works. Okay, so time to come into being a service, and being a service means being a service to yourself. This is self-love. You know, the universe is like, come on, Belinda, stop, get get your A game on. And the A game is about you getting serious about helping you, about assisting you, about being honest with you. Okay, because when we're not that, this is how we create all the, look, your main card, inverted, illusionary obstacles. You are good enough. This is how we do these habits, and we don't break these cycles. And this is what we end up doing us to ourselves and creating a reality. And we're here to break that, Belinda. We're here to break that. We're here to go deeper. We're here to go within, deep within ourselves. Okay, because knowledge is power. Okay, knowledge is power. And you know what? I was saying this last night. You can have a whole, and some people, and a lot of people on the show didn't get it. Some people got it, and they didn't understand it. You can have 100 books on your bookshelf, and you can read them all. And they say it's a book about fixing your car. You can know everything about fixing cars, but until those books, all that knowledge that you've gained, until you've fixed a car and done it for yourself, you don't know nothing. All you've got is someone else's information. Okay, what have you got here? A big decision to make on the middle. Yeah. Because at the moment you're going external. Well, we've got to take note of external things, but you're going external to find the answer. And sometimes the real answer, we've got to go internal, and you don't want to be going from reader to reader to get someone else to give you that answer. That is the most fucking dangerous thing. And anyone who gives you the answer should line them up and go, they're not being a service to anyone, because that's for you to work out. This is how we grow, Belinda. This is how we learn. And sometimes with these, we've got to stop overthinking. So you could be getting to a point where you're trying to make a decision, and you'll be over-analyzing, you'll be overthinking, you'll be giving too many options, and every option is like, yeah, but what if this happens if I make that option? Then what if this? You're overthinking, and basically you've created a sea of options. And when we have too many options, indecision sets in, and you've created a big ball of indecision for yourself. Okay, so sometimes what we're going to do, this is about becoming present in the moment. What we do, Belinda, is we chill out. We do something like to get our mind as we go, and like down the beach, and we just wiggle our toes in the sand and just focus, do something to focus on just the sensation of wiggling our feet. We start to create a clear space. Okay, when we create that clear space and we're not focusing on all these options, we've got to create space for the truth, for the flow of the universe to drop in and help give us some clarity on what to do. It will come down, all this information will come down at once, but we've got to create that clear space. It's important for you to create that clear space, because you're overthinking. So it's time for you to get dead quiet, get out of your head, and listen to the universe, your higher self. Okay? This happens all the time. This happens the time to me, and I have to get clear and stop thinking about it. And then the universe will bring in the information that I need to truly understand, to get clarity, to make that decision. So it's about you showing, it's about you creating that space at the moment, Belinda. Really creating that space. Okay, and you've got a friend around you that you can count on. Okay, you should know who that friend is. They might be able to, I'm pretty sure they might be able to assist you. Okay, I hope that's assisted you, Belinda.
The first thing I wanted to say to you was that there's something you keep focusing on, and I did read the message. there's no set direction to what it is that you feel that you need to do. And because there's no set direction, you haven't actually feels like you want to do something and but there's too many things to do something. Um, you do have a lot of things running in your mind and your focus is there. Um, you've taken on responsibilities and those responsibilities is what you need to be focusing on and that is what you are focusing on. What Brooke has said though is that you know, what is it that you're really after? If what your focus is, if what you're after is what you're focusing on at this moment, that's the direction that you're going to go. And whatever it is that comes along, you'll deal with it accordingly. And that's who you are. That's the type of person you are. Is that what you're after, though? Is it more of the physical, more of the what we would say is the 3D? Is your direction external, or is it so that you are looking to come back to yourself? Because one cannot truly maintain the external when one starts bringing the focus back to themselves. So there are choices that you are to make, but your focus at this moment and what you're looking at, the obstacles here and there, but what you're really after, yeah, that's what your focus is. And if you're clear and true for yourself, that's what's going to be. But the question for you is, what are you truly after? Because there things start to change because you're at crossroads at this moment and there is much for you there. But again, it's really what you're focusing on at this moment. Um, a lot of experiences coming your way, a lot of things that you need to take care of. And I think there's going to be more of that aspect of it than you coming back to looking at things with different eyes. But when you're ready, you'll know about it. This moment, just keep your focus to what it is that you're focusing on. That is going to be clear as it can be with the obstacles accordingly. But so the question is going to remain with you from here onwards. What is it you truly want? Because that there is going to be the key that you can work with. If that helps.
Awesome. And now, how is everyone going? People, please share us out. Exchange of energies would be much appreciated. Does anyone want a reading? We can take. I can actually take donations, PayPal donations. I don't have to, but it shows respect as far as exchange of energies. Oh, did you now, Tanya? You're just bragging now, Tanya, are you? Just. Oh my God, I'm a cheeky bugger. Yeah, pretty much. But you know that. And also, what have I got? Got the Discord, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
We have a Discord. I'll just copy that and I'll repost that so Cindy can see it.
Well, Miss Cinderella, how's your evening?
Hey, Tracy Tuttle. How you going? You're welcome, Belinda. I don't know. Tanya, you said you shared us out. I'm going to need proof. Screenshot, statistics. Because, I mean, anyone can say they're shared out. I don't know. Oh, wait a sec. You got the share icon, so I guess you did. Okay. Okay, Tanya. That's okay. That's fine. And what's your focus today? Here, card focus for the day is okay. Is no matter what you hear today, is stay neutral. Okay, and don't be telling all your crap to someone. Don't be telling all your dreams and desires. You can be around people today. If you see anyone today, you're gonna want to talk to them and tell them stuff. Okay, just withhold. Just withhold from the story and observe.
The less you speak about things, the more you keep the focus to yourselves. A private person is a silent person, and a silent person is a clear person. When you go about sharing stories, you're actually increasing the energy of the story and making it more real. I'd like to unravel in that one, but when we understand that we create our own realities, that's how the realities themselves are created, by thinking them and speaking them. So it's always best to not speak and speak accordingly when required. You can have it, Tonya. It can be for you.
I know. You were there, Cindy, and me and Stathi, we were buying crystals on a crystal show, and I bought 3. Saw the big one. Stathi bought one worth like an arm and a leg, a massive one. It was bigger than my head.
I
know, that's mine.
Is it?
No.
Okay. Oh, you just have to borrow it, Stathi. It was cold tonight. The crystal needed company.
Can't leave you two alone for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I bought Moonstone, and what's the record keeper? What's the record keeper called?
Oh, was that the
black mica? No, the black mica.
The black mica.
Oh, it was a mica.
And I bought a little psychedelic mushroom type thing that was pink and green and some weird crystal. I don't know.
Oh, I missed it.
I was just trying to. Yeah, you missed it.
Yeah.
You missed. Yeah. Well, And see, we spent so much money on the show that I didn't even get kicked into the naughty corner.
You didn't?
No.
What about Stathi?
He was born in the naughty corner.
I just go into the naughty corner as I answer.
That's it. He's got a seat reserved.
Yeah,
he's got it set up next to a coffee machine. He doesn't care.
I'm the manager in there as well, so my rules, my conditions.
Yeah, you keep thinking that. Anyway, I'm having my first coffee since this afternoon.
Enjoy it. I'm gonna go make
Christian,
a coffee.
Are you making coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a legend, bro. I'm alive.
Hey, Stathi, are you making coffee? Yes, mate. Not a problem. I'll have it ready for you soon.
Haven't you got any luckies?
No, I don't have any luckies. I just got an empty cup of coffee. Well, an empty cup with no
that'll be
coffee
next week. That'll be next week.
Tracy, do you have a question? Ask a question. Let's work with questions. Guys, work with questions. Let's see what Brooke pulls out with cards, and I'll see what I come up with. But make it, please don't ask me about your relationships, and please don't ask me about whether you're going to get a cat or your job. Keep it to yourselves, but ask questions.
You can ask me.
You can ask him. He'll tell you who you're going to fall in love with tomorrow. He's going to pull out his crystal ball and look into it. So, yeah, go for it. A general. There it is. His crystal ball.
You're gonna fall in love with a big finger that's obscured by a crystal ball. Oh, my sec, that's my finger. Katrina. Okay, who first?
Tracy.
Okay, Tracy. Focus on that heart space, Tracy. Just big breath in, big breath out. Just need you to center and focus right in the middle of your heart. Once we've said something, Tracy, once we've said something and it's been heard, that's it. Okay? But you know what the worst thing is? Sometimes we say something, we think we've offended someone or we've said the wrong thing as we play it over and over and over in our head. And sometimes it hasn't worried the other person that much. Okay? But when we keep second guessing ourselves and thinking, oh, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Oh, God, they must think this. Okay, we don't need to do that. It's too late. It's done. And usually we escalate the situation because as we start to think about that, we start to put in the incosphere those thoughts, and the person that we said it to, they might be able to pick it up. They might be able to pick up onto it, or it might prompt them to think about something. But at the moment, stop worrying about what you've said or what you've done to someone. Okay, what is done is done, and this it feels like there's something that you keep reliving, keep going over in your head, keep going. Get out of that space. That space will drive you nuts. Okay, it'll drive you nuts. You'll lose your hair. You'll end up looking like me. That's not where you want to go. That's not where you want to go. Okay, we don't need to go there. It just feels like yeah. What's done is done. Okay. Just time to move forward. Okay, but it feels like there's some other worries coming up for you at the moment. Some other things that are on your plate that seem to be occupying your mind. But there's stuff at the moment that keeps coming up, and everything is coming up for a reason at the moment. But if there's anything on your mind that just keeps coming in there, it starts occupying your mind, Tracy, okay, it's because that you still have an attachment. You still have an attachment to something. There's still something there that needs to be resolved. So at the moment, it's about going within. It's about looking, okay, what's pissing me off at the moment? What am I overthinking about? What am I not letting go of? Okay, it's about you digging deep at the moment. It's about you going inside ones. This is when we go inside and go, okay, why does this keep coming up in my mind? Is it a distraction? Is there something there that I have unresolved? Because it feels like there's something that keeps coming back on your mind at the moment, and the universe wants you to have a deeper look and start to understand it better so you can start to set it free, because it needs to be set free. Okay, these are the poison pills. These are the baggage. You know, when we say we yeah, man, this person's got baggage. It's the thoughts that we carry, the memories that we carry, and they need to be understood so they can be released. And there's some stuff, Tracy, that you need to release at the moment. Okay, and you're like, yeah, I'm working on it. No, you can shake. This needs to be. You need to attack this differently. You need to go about this differently, unlike the other ways that you've been going about it in the past. This means you might need to get some help. Okay, but this just feels like there's something that's eating away at your mind. This is taking you out of the moment. This is taking you away from yourself. It's occupying, so it's affecting the light that you're shining, and the universe and you guides are saying, hey man, time to deal with it now, time to get it out, time to get it out of your system. It's time to take action. Okay, this stuff that you've been putting off, because you're human. You do realize you're human. I hope you're human. From here you look like you're human. We're human. We do these things. Why? Because, yeah. Okay, but there's some action that needs to be taken at the moment, and the universe is saying, yep. Okay, so that was a while back. That's not good. Okay, but okay, we'll try to understand why is there a problem there? I mean, you know, life, death. We have a lot of people close to us that pass away, birth, death, taxes. We have all these things, and if it's still eating away and we're still having an issue, then and it's still drawing our energy, we're gonna go have a look at why that is. Okay, and people say, yeah, I'm looking at that. Well, if we're not resolving it, we're going to move in another direction to look at why it's not getting resolved. Okay, because you know, there's an old saying, let the dead worry about the dead. You know, let the dead bury their own. Okay, it's saying, this is, I think Jesus said that in one of these things, because we've got to get on with our life. Okay, this is we're doing the living thing now. I mean, that's a big conversation to you know, grieving and moving that, but this time this is stopping you from this is affecting your walk, where your mind space, head space, and your heart space should be somewhere else. And it's time for you to do things differently to get that result, get part of that resolve, so you can step forward and focus back on yourself and what you need to be doing for you. Okay, because the moment this is getting used for distraction, and we've got to move past the distractions, because it's time to grow, it's time to deal with stuff, it's time to move forward. And that's what the universe is screaming out, saying, come on, man, it's time to let go, it's time to let go, it's time to move forward. Okay, you know, anyone who dies, the memories the memories are with us forever. We can visit the memories like that. Okay, but we can't live in the memories. So it's time to stop living in the memories and acknowledge them for what they are, because they live in our heart. The memories live in our heart. Okay? I hope that's assisted you.
Tracy, there's a lot of things where I'm not really quite certain the direction and what that truly means, but I get a lot of white noise when I focus on you. It's like this sense of focusing on or trying to. There's something they're trying, and it does sound like it does feel like a trying to understand something. And yes, I just say, and I know it's something that has already occurred, and I'm now aware of what it is. I don't know if that is really what is holding you back, but there is that is part of it. You want to be somewhere else from where you are, and there's this thing about escaping or moving or doing something which is just taking you away from where you are. Seems like, and it does feel like more of an escape. There's a lot of buildup of anger as well, frustration, and unfortunately that is directed, and that direction that it's going towards. There's a lot of blame, it seems like, and you're carrying that. But wherever it's directed is past tense, and it's just still holding you and it's draining you. So there's a lot of things that you're holding on to which are just completely draining you, and it's creating confusion. It's creating well, confusion, uncertainties along those lines. It does feel that you need to get. It feels like you need to remove yourself from where you are and sea change. I feel is what it is. Something getting you out of that state that you're in, or in the even the place that you're in, and being somewhere where it's more uh, higher energy than where you are at this moment, because that's holding you back, and a lot of it is creating memories which keep pulling you back into that to the past itself. Um, I do see. I don't know if you have been, or whether it's advisable, or whether it's suggested for you to go see someone. Because what I feel is that you need to be put on a table, a massage table, or a go find someone who can do some healing on you. Because I can see you on a massage table, and physically, I feel there's something there that you need to take care of as well. Um, a lot of that which you're carrying and your thoughts and so forth are creating a lot of agitation. There's a your balance is out, your whole flow, your energy flow is just not really um, clear. There's a lot of blockages and a lot of stress, but it's more of a restriction, because it feels like you are restricting yourself, or you are being restricted. But that's physical as well. Your body's tense. You need to loosen up, let go of what it was. Uh, I want to tell you to work on your chakras, but I don't know if that's going to mean something to you, because I feel that um, your energy's at uh, here. Your energy is low. It's not actually a high energy, which is more to do with your focus, and it's just keeping you grounded. It's actually more than grounding. It's just keeping you anchored, and you're not moving anywhere. Um, you're not moving forward, and that anchor, at times the anchor is good because we use that for grounding. Uh, your expectations. I mean, I can go through the whole process of it. Something that you want, it's not there. It's just this um, whole mind stuff. I okay, you have anxiety. Um, yeah, you're creating a lot of it. The I am aware of anxiety, and I'm fairly aware of the results and what occurs there. And there's much that can be said, and there are those who have gone through it as well that could possibly assist you on that. Um, Anxiety is because of expectations most of the time, without even realizing we're creating them. Um, but there is also that aspect of anxiety which is beneficial, whether you can work with that or not, because it's time to take care of yourself. Because the whole thing is to start looking at what is causing that, and the more you start to look at that aspect of it, you probably start to realize that holding on to things that were and that are not anymore are creating an anxious possibility for you. But I do feel it has a lot more to do with more of a physical thing that's going on with you at this moment. Um, but I'm gonna suggest that you look into your chakras. I'm gonna suggest that you go find yourself someone where you can go and get some healing done. Um, Look into the natural energy flow of the body. Look into meridians. Get to understand them. But I feel that you need to change I will say your diet for starters, or change your attitude, your thought process. There's a lot of work to be done to pull you out of the state that you're in, to bring yourself in to see what you're doing to yourself, because it's all created from in here. Um, I think I've probably brought up more questions for you than giving you anything at this moment, but there's things that you need to start questioning, and you have to bring it back to yourself, because you are trying to avoid certain things which really cannot be avoided any longer, and you have to face them. And once you start to do that, hopefully, as Brooke mentioned as well, um, you can start letting go of things that are not actually happening anymore, and they're just you overthinking them. I hope that's assists some way.
Okay. Kill's almost done. And we had someone else after Tracy, didn't we?
Someone earlier. Where were we?
After Tracy, we had
we
Stacy. After Tracy, did we? No. Katerina, is still there?
Katerina.
Mandy, go. Mandy, you haven't got time for a read, man. You should be packing those crystals, shouldn't you? Box them up, sending them out. Come on. People that need their crystal. Oh my God. Now for the next month, every crystal I buy has gone up 10%, 20%. I had to open my mouth. Sorry, Mandy. Love you. Is Katerina there?
I ran it Fritz out.
Imagine if we had like a free reading to give away. Imagine that, people.
Free. They're all free readings tonight. Come on, we're just okay, you do that. I'm going for my coffee. Hang on a sec before you do that.
And that's it. And people, if you don't want Stathi to read for you, you better be quick. Quick. Mandy, you want reading? Stathi's gone. He's gone. He's not here. We don't have to tell him. It's just between us, Mandy. Just between us. Yeah, he'll hear. He'll hear something. Yeah. We're all thinking it, Mandy. We're all thinking it. Especially Cindy. Okay. Did you want a reading, Mandy? Yes? No? Maybe? Sideways reading? No? How could you miss us? Oh, my God. Because, Belinda, you wanted to come to a serious show, but that's it. And we're extremely serious on this show. What do you want to... Okay, mate. That's it. You can do it. That's it, brother. Steffi's making me coffee, hey? Oh. That tastes like coffee. Okay. Mandy. Hey, Kelly. What do we got for Mandy? Mandy, what have we got for you? Okay. Let's find out where Mandy's at. What do you want, Mandy? What do you truly want? Because there's a lot going on. You're saying, well, for one, express gratitude. That means thank you, universe, for everything. Thank you for whatever I'm doing. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Okay, everything happens for a reason, and we've got to. This is like radical acceptance. Okay, This is looking at the reality that you create. Well, until then, do everything. And then hopefully you'll stumble across it. No, I'm not saying that. Okay? But what it is that you truly want? Well, this is the question that you've got to ask yourself, because the universe is asking, your higher self's asking, what do you want, Mandy? What do you want? This is a conversation that you need to have. What do you want? Do you want inner peace? What do you want? You just want to lay back and chill. What do you want? You want tons of money. What do you want? You want to upgrade your car. What do you want? You want to hang with crystals. This is what we've got to ask. Okay? We've got to ask ourselves these, because if we never ask the question, sometimes we just float around not knowing. Okay? So it's time for you to go, okay, I'm here for a reason. What's the reason? What do I want? What do I desire? What do I like? Okay? Because look, I've just got a card that confirms that you have to find out exactly what you want. Your path alone. This is your journey. This is for you to find out what ticks. What makes you tick? What doesn't make you tick? Or even, what is it? I'm trying to mind my own business and all I can hear is this ticking sound. This is something that you have to find out for yourself. Okay? And no amount of good-looking readers like myself can answer that for you. If they do, they're false light. So at the moment, this is something that, we could ask our questions sometimes what we want. Stathi, he just wants coffee. And what did Einstein said? Doing the same thing every day, day in, day out, and expecting different results. Einstein said that was the definition of insanity. And sometimes in this world, when we keep doing the same thing over and over again, we get some little changes, but sometimes we got to reassess and go, okay, what the hell am I trying to achieve? What the hell do I really want to do? Okay? It can be hard. But, you owe it to yourself to, it's coming up to that time where you have to, at the moment, what you want and what do you want to do, these questions, you're like, all of the above. I've got a card that's inverted saying, this is the authority card, and it's time for you to take authority in your mind, right? Because we can't just run around doing everything. I'm not this, that. It just feels scattered, and this is not going to change until you take authority over yourself and go, Mandy, what am I doing? Okay, and what do I want? Because this, on your profile, this came up, inverted. What do you seek? What do you seek? That's what you've got to work out. Okay, because outpacing ourselves doesn't help. Okay, it'll pre-age you. You'll end up looking like someone that looks like someone. I got this card. I love this card. It's called "You and Your Loved Ones Are Safe." And when you read the meaning of this card is about avoidance. This is about us worrying about other stuff as a distraction to keep us from ourselves. And it's also about waiting around for other things to change before we change. And this card really, it talks about us avoiding the change, and at the end of the day, we've got to do it ourselves. Yeah. You need to reflect. You need to make some choices. You need to work this out for you. Otherwise, you're going to get same old, same old. You're going to run around doing 100 things at once. Is that what you want to do? You know, because sometimes it's good for a while. Sometimes we can burn it out. But at the moment, it just seems like a distraction. And you're going through the motions, waiting and going, you know, when's this all going to change? When you change. When you change. Okay? Because look, I just had a jumper that I grabbed and it flicked it that way. It was, your hard work will pay off. Okay? Nothing is done out of vain. But do you notice how I grabbed it and my arm twitched and just went flying? You want that hard work to pay off, or you want that hard work to just float down the road somewhere? Okay, time to bring that focus yourself and go, what the hell do I want? Where do I want to go with this? Where do I need to prioritize? Where do I need to find myself? What do I truly want? Because, you know, it's easy to keep myself busy. I can do 1,000. I have 1,000 projects going at once, and it's not that I am trying to avoid stuff, or I'm not trying to avoid stuff. I'm so busy I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, but I'm getting shit done. Yeah, it's always shit that needs doing. And this is what you've got to work out. Okay? When it comes time for all this effort that you're doing to pay off, Mandy, how do you want it to pay off? How are you looking for it to affect your life? What do you want to achieve from it? These are things that we need to answer. Okay? And your last card is Life's a Juggle. Life's a Juggle. That card is about too much on one's plate. And we can lose ourselves in it. Okay? Then we get 10 years down the track and go, what happened? Where did that 10 years go? We're too busy juggling. We missed it. Okay? Don't miss it. Don't miss it, Mandy. Don't miss it. Okay, that's assisted you.
Where's my crystal?
Oh, man, I was just going to type a banner up to say that, man. You bet me to it. Damn, too slow.
Too slow. I see Mandy all the time. I always tell Mandy exactly whatever it is, and Mandy speaks to me. So I can go to many things that I can say to Mandy. No, the other one. Not that one. That one's mine. I already got that. That's fine. The other one. I don't know which other one yet, but there is another one. Mandy, the first thing that I will say to you is I'm not certain lower rib area. That is the first thing that popped up to me. Yeah, it's interesting because I was watching your show, as I was watching the show earlier. Yeah, it is. As I was watching the show earlier, I was speaking to Brooke while we were on the show together, and we're on Discord, and I will get you to work on that at some stage. Now, I've seen you as this, and I see you as this, but it's not the way that you're going to interpret it to how I'm going to say it. So that your interpretation is irrelevant to me. What one understands as mediumship or as a medium is pretty much that connection to, look, I'm going to use the term source at this moment, because I'd rather use that than anything else. There is that that we have that is not part of what is truly occurring, and the true connection is between that which we have and source. But the mediumship aspect of it, again, is not based on what you will associate with, although it's not far from that itself. It's just the interpretation that we have, that we've been given. I've seen that within you, and from when we first met, I've seen a progress in that, and also a lot of things that you're doing during that. Now, the one thing that stands out the most, which stood out more today, as a little bit clearer as well, is the um, crystalline energy that is floating around you constantly. Um, that energy itself is not a frequency that most can actually work with, and you can handle most of the crystals, and you brought them up as well in the end, and Brooke and I picked them up as well, is the black mica. It's not that you require these crystals, but what I'd like you to start looking at more at is um, what your understanding of these crystals, and especially when it comes to those high energy ones, the really high frequency ones, is that you're already there. And that's the part you have yet to truly grasp. And it's not what you think it is, and it's got nothing to do with your thoughts. Start looking and start working more on the crystalline energy. There's a lot of the stuff that's um, uh, I've said it to you, and I know that all the signs have been there is units start slowing down. Um, a lot of things that you're still doing is just creating more of a focus for you, which is more of a distraction. It's a subconscious distraction within you. But what you're doing is actually connecting you more to that. But look into more focus on the crystalline energy than um, the association of the names to the words, although you'll use those to sort of get a grasping of it. It's not about that. It's more about that frequency that crystals do radiate at or vibrate at, which is a lot higher than what most people can truly um, acknowledge. And even though they can measure the frequencies of crystals, the external or the physical aspect of that measurement is still limiting to what we understand through that aspect of it. So if we go past that and start to work of, okay, this is what they're stating, that's fine. That just gives an indication. It is at a higher frequency that itself. And all of that is why you're so drawn to crystals, because they've been screaming at you for a long time. Um, and it's not as much for you, and this is what the crystalline energy is. It's not as much for you to actually have those crystals, although there will be those special ones. It is exactly why you do what you do. You actually provide it to the public. That's what the crystalline energy is. It's actually everywhere for everyone. So you're pretty much, if you like, you're a web creator on the crystalline web state. So if you start working more on that itself and start, I know your aim is there, as I said, I'm aware of you are. The more you start to look at slowing down and easing off all that which is around you at this moment, the more will come to the surface. Yeah, look, it's been there with you for a while. Now, to say that I was completely aware of it when we first met, no, not necessarily, but I was aware of something, and I knew it was based on the crystals. Um, Today, it was actually completely clarified. It was really interesting as well, and it had to do with the black marker when you held that up. So again, everything that has already been said to you, the main thing for you at this moment is you're on the path anyway, so it doesn't matter about what you think and what your direction is. Your direction is already set. The only thing that you require to do is slow down or let go of a lot of things that you are doing, which are keeping you more focused on that aspect of it than where your heart truly is. We're already aware of that. Anyway, I know that's helped you. Where's my crystal? Hi, Penny. Anytime, sweetie. Anytime. 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 Where's my other crystal?
Anyone? And that one again. Do we miss one? Just in case.
Send my crystals.
Shouldn't hassle you. Someone else has to pay for them.
Yeah, and before we go, one more time, I'm going because it just came up again. Left side, lower rib area. A little bit inner, but my focus is going there, so you don't have to respond to that.
I was just waiting for Mandy to go, oh shit, that's the remote. I've been looking for that all week. That would be me.
That's from lifting Stathi's crystal.
That was a big crystal. Okay.
You know, it's interesting, man. Sorry, it's interesting because look, I'm aware of what you're speaking of, and it's oh wow. Metatron, Sandalphone, and a few others which I will not name at this moment are around the that energy. The energy that we name is fine, and I'll leave it to that. The association is I wouldn't connect with the association to the names of that particular energy. Those energies are around at this moment when one can bring oneself to truly grasp it. You're connecting to a higher source, but we use the associations to acknowledge that energy itself. When we speak about crystalline, when we speak about the crystalline energy, one goes past one's acknowledgement of what one believes, that these things that you have named are. Don't look at the associations to them. Take it to that point of where you're aware of more of the energy itself without the association that has been given to you. You'll see things a little bit clearer, and that itself as a Sandalphone, as the energy and what it's associated to is used, but not the association what you believe Sandalphone is. And when you have that acknowledgement, shift the name to Metatron and still work with the crystalline energy. Because you're more there on that aspect of it, and these are just steps to move up on. If you look at all of that and that which comes to you, just look at it as a step up and not a step down. There is never going back. It's always going forwards, and it doesn't stop. So it's always a step going upwards. And you will feel it. And that feeling is not you know, that's a tricky one. That's not really fair to actually even answer that one. Isama ta auna shauna kupa ula kun tiuman aka isha nasoma. Yoth anoko yekaban. I wouldn't answer.
Yeah, not with an empty coffee. Need a big full cup. Get into that conversation, he says.
Oh no, that's it's not that. There's a lot there is it's not about what I want to say or how I want to say it. And there is there's a particular way of not thinking about what one is going to state. And when one allows that to just flow, one does not force whatever it is that's coming through. It's just coming through. So what I get, if you would like, and the acknowledgement that I have of it, at times even the speaking of it will take away that acknowledgement that I have. That's why I say a lot of times it's best for one to say it for oneself instead of someone stating that it's this or it's that. Instead of creating the idea or the image for someone, it's best to remove those images as I work with undoing for one to see what it is for oneself. Dull. It is a point of focus. Yes, Mandy, the frequencies are always high. It's being aware of them when they're around because they're always around. Again, the more one knows what they are not, and the more one detaches from that which they believe they are, the more one is. You do, yes. You all have work to do.
The trick is how to get out of the way.
The detachment and the we start with acknowledging that which distracts us. And when we acknowledge that which is distracting us, then we can disassociate from that. As we acknowledge that which is not what we are, which is that which we have been told, then we can be that which we are. And what we are has got nothing to do with what we have been told. Dao. Dao napoyanak iumonok. It is literally letting go. Complete surrender of what one believes one is for one to be. Don't distract me.
Okay. We were doing readings. You'll test you on that. You would hope he forgets that, Mandy. So, readings, anyone? Yes? No? Maybe? Oh, it's 1 minute to midnight. Penny. Penny. Are you ready to surrender? Are you ready to step out? We ask the universe for things. And when the universe hears us sometimes, it says, fine, not a problem. I was waiting for you to ask anyway. And then it comes to doing it. Sometimes we renege. We ask for things, and when it's time to step into them, we're like, yeah, I don't know about this anymore. I'm not feeling good about it. I don't like its energy. That's our fear. So we get comfortable. We get so used to doing things certain ways. And a lot of people, they want to tell the universe how they want to do things. They go, oh yeah, but I want to do this and I want to do that. And the fact is when we step in to the infinite flow and expansion as the tool of the universe, we really don't have much say. To think that we have a say, well, not just to think that we have a say, to think that most people associate doing the work that they want to do in love and walking with the universe, that they sort of get this thing that it's going to be rosy and the universe is going to keep them in their comfort zones, right? They think the universe is going to keep them in their comfort zones when everything's going right. Okay? The universe at the moment, Penny, really wants you to think about that word, comfort zones. Because it wants you to listen. Because it keeps coming up. And it's not getting processed. It's not getting absorbed. It's some days it's getting absorbed, but it's not getting processed. And some days it's getting processed and it's not getting absorbed. There's some things that you want to do, or there's some things that you've asked for help with. Right? And the opportunities are coming up. And it's comfort zones. And then when there's a threshold, yeah, we'll do it. We go into meltdown, and then we can't. Then we're like, where's my clarity? I'm stressed. And then we ended up getting tower moments when all we have to do is focus, embrace the unknown, and step through out of those comfort zones. We all love our comfort zones, Penny. We all love our comfort zones. But there's a time and a place for everything. We hear this thrown around a lot. Many are called, but few answer the call. It's like this. Many are asked to go out the front door, and go and see what's down the end of that, what's in the front yard, to walk down. But as soon as they get out the front door, they go, oh, it's too fucking cold, I'm going back inside. Okay? There's your 99% of spirituality. You're like, yeah, I can do it, do it. Because you're made for motion at the moment, but there's no way around this. Is we have to get out of our thoughts, and we have to become present. We have to be here and now. We have to come in to that singularity of the universe. Gifts, abilities don't mean fucking shit at the end of the day. Okay, they're shiny things. There's something deeper, Penny, that you want. The universe is asking you to move. It's saying, come on, you need to get curious. You need to step out of your comfort zones. You need to get it happening. Okay? It's almost like I'm feeling like this is what you truly want, but there's an avoidance. We all avoid this. We all push back. The universe is like, man, come on, you're going to love this. This is what you want. But then we go throw ourselves in another area. Go, here, I'll just do this, I'll just do that. But you know what I'm saying, there's a drawing pulling you in that direction. But it's time to dig deep, it's time to go up a level. Psychic ability, it's just tuning in to singularity in consciousness, expansion of consciousness. When something's need to be seen, it will be seen. Okay, but I've got that you've got to get moving, and you've got to be super curious. And it's all about becoming present. The balance, the clarity that you want, everything you want depends on you being present, getting out of the head. What Stathi talks about. There's no way around it. Being cool. It's up to you if you want to step out of that comfort zone of all of us, of what we think it is, and embrace the moment. Okay? And maybe Stathi could explain it better. But the universe wants you to listen because you're glazing over stuff because you've got a different belief, a different ideal about how you think it should be done, and the universe is screaming out, going, come on, let's get out of that. Let's move you past that, past those beliefs, and let's get it real. Let's get it real, Penny. Let's get it real. Okay? Because you're here to be real. You know you want to be real. You're real. But we're going to move past the illusion. And most people would rather stay in the comfort zone in the illusion. But deep inside, you don't want to do that. Okay? I hope that's assisted you.
This actually is for Brooke, but it does apply to you, Penny, and it is about you. Firstly, Brooke, you need to be aware that you say things exactly as they need to be said at that moment. It's not that I'm going to say things any clearer. And you guys are at pretty much at the same point at this moment. What you're telling Penny is exactly what you need to be listening at this moment. So listen to yourself for what you're saying. I say things differently, and that is correct. I do say things differently, and I explain them in the way that I say them. And you do the same thing, and we all do the same thing. Now, directly to you, Penny, every now and then there are individuals that stand out more than others. And it's because not because there's anything visually that one will see and say they're different. It does have to do with an energy that one radiates. That's even now and then I do pick up certain names as well. And I don't dismiss the synchronicity for myself. And when one gets to a particular point, one says synchronicity constantly. There's nothing to do other than to be aware of certain things, and that is pretty much what I do. I don't do anything other than be aware of what is occurring for me, or what is occurring before me. For yourself, and Brooke, this will apply. For yourself, you've come to a point where this is your crossroads now. We're constantly speaking about doing the work. Yeah, there is work to be done, and I'll state it to anyone. No matter what you think the work is, times it by 1,000. And that won't be enough to understand what one has to go through. To be able to assist, one must see the darkness that one is. And when one can acknowledge their own darkness to see the actual light, one can actually see the light within the others because one acknowledges certain things very differently. You are not who you think you are, and to work with what you are achieving for, it is to come back to yourself and to really ask yourself, what is it you truly want to do? Where are you heading? What is it you want to know? Do you really want to go inwards and not focus on anything else anymore? Do you really want to see all that darkness that truly exists? As Brooke mentioned, it's not all love and light. You see, a lot of the stuff that we believe it is a complete distraction and a falsity to ourselves. Do you really want to know who you are? Do you really want to go deep enough? I mean, you have it all there for you. The energies all around you, constantly seeking to understand certain things. But how much do you truly want to go deep within? How much are you prepared to give up? How much do you want to be stripped? How much do you truly want to question? Because they're all the things that the work is involved with. You do have that energy, and that energy is there. There is more to you, and yes, you're closer to that than many that I do come across. But you are distracting yourself, and it's something that you're after. But it seems like I feel that so it's not about including anyone. This is a lonely journey. You can't bring anyone into this. You can't walk with anyone on this one. A lot of tears, a lot of letting go, a lot of hair pulling, and a lot of many things. That's what you're after. I'm going to do everything to distract you from it. Well, I will say to you, yeah, I do find it difficult at times to speak of certain words or use certain words because I know that they don't make sense to me, but I acknowledge them for what they are. Look, to understand the loneliness itself, yeah, it is, but it's not about, the loneliness is only a concept. Again, working with loneliness, the journey is on one's own, but you can walk it with others. But no one can walk your path. And so this is what many mistaken that when a book is written and it's published, it comes out, and you've got 1 million people reading the same book. That book has now 1 million different perspectives and 1 million different understandings to what that represents. See, that's the loneliness, because it's not how I see it, it's about how you see it. It's not about how Brooke sees it, it's about how you see it, and Brooke will see it for how he sees it. Now, stating that to get to that point itself, we say loneliness, but loneliness itself, again, is, that's why I don't want to say this, because I say it so many times. Loneliness is only an educated belief that one has, because when one lets go of what one has been holding on to, one will see that one has never been alone. and to see that itself, or to acknowledge that itself, and to acknowledge what that truly represents. Let's go. Oh. And if you really want to let go, and you do want to do the work, and there's a lot more than just saying that, you know, think about this, think of it like this. We've all gone to school, and we've gone to school for many years. And wherever we are at this moment is still a different form of learning, if you would like. All this has to be undone. One has to get to that point of being able to center oneself to observe that which one has been holding on to, and to truly let go. To get to that, it's not about me just stating it, it's about what I state and how you apply it to yourself. And if you're prepared to do that, it doesn't get done 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there, although that's the beginning of it. It is something that is a constant. I don't get out of this state. I cannot unsee what I see. I cannot undo what it is that I'm aware of. There's no moment that I can remove myself from what it is that I acknowledge. Now, most people think that it's a nice, lovely, beautiful, pretty, colorful rainbows and unicorns and all of that stuff. When we speak about seeing things, it's removing what we believe we're seeing. So if you're prepared to go that deep, the opportunity is there. It's all there for you. You have to really want to do that work. And when you do want to do the work, you don't find excuses not to do it. You find excuses to do it. You find every reason you can to spend time doing it. And what is it that one does? Well, the time that one spends and the work that one what one works on is detaching from all the attachments that one has with them, to get back to one's self, not based on what someone tells you, but what you into yourself with. And to do that, as I stated, it's how much do you want to work? Because I can say to you, go work on your chakras at this moment. It's not about telling you that, because you're already aware that as much as you work on the chakras, it's not just working on the chakras now, but it's constantly working on your chakras. Your energetic body itself, again, it's not just doing 5 minutes of work on it, it's constantly being alert to what is occurring, constantly being present and observing what is occurring as it's occurring in that moment, and dealing with it and all the effects that one has, learning about them, realizing them, and seeing them with a different set of eyes than one has already seen them with. I know that's a lot I've just said, but it's to speak to you about other things. I've already spoken to you about certain things, and I am aware that you are aware of many more that we can discuss. So when you're ready to just, really get into whatever it is that we get into, to go deeper than what we've just spoken about. These words that I use are great. They're, I can use words and I can speak words. The words are useless if one doesn't actually put that to practice for oneself. So when you're ready, you know how to get in touch with myself or Brooke. Now I'm just going to jump up there just for that. Knowing and feeling is two different things. Actually, it's not. You see, knowing and feeling is two separate things. I can say to you at this moment, and I'm not going to give too much away on this one. I can say to you at the moment, there's the educated association to what we're stating, but there is a way to actually see things which that acknowledgement is all that's surely required. It's not about it's the awareness itself. There is an awareness, and there is an aspect of that awareness which one becomes conscious with. The expansion of consciousness, as Brooke has mentioned as well. one expands one's consciousness at a particular level to see things completely different than what one acknowledges them as. What you believe that you feel is something completely different than what you think it is at this moment. Um, to acknowledge energy for what it is, one must acknowledge oneself first. And to acknowledge oneself, one must know that which one is not. When one can get to the point of acknowledging that which one is not, that which one is experiencing is not what one believes it is. Um, I work on getting to that point of not using our education to truly see things completely different than what we believe they are, because um, our beliefs, which I can get into as well, which are based on what we have been told and everything that one believes. And I when I say when I say belief, it doesn't matter what anybody speaks to me about. To me, everything that you use, any word that you use, is based on a belief. So we use belief to try to grasp and understand what is happening. That belief is an educated belief. Somebody has said to us, "This is what it is." Removing oneself from that, it's that, and to see that for what it is, that which is seeing, that is the part that one acknowledges for oneself. For we see many things and we can experience many things. And once we acknowledge what we're experiencing, we can separate ourselves from the belief that we've been holding on. And those beliefs are just the boundaries and the barriers which are only sitting in our minds. Because right now, none of those beliefs are real other than our thought that it is real. The true boundary and the true prison is the mind. And the mind is imprisoned only through the thoughts. And one can see the thoughts for what they are and not associate to them. And again, one believes one is thinking, and to truly understand that one does not think, that'll do one said. You believe you think, and you believe many things. So when you understand what belief is and you can pull yourself away from that, yeah. Hi, Kirsty. Okay, just saw it, Mandy. Thank you. I didn't say that. Oh, Miss Cinderella.
Yes.
Did you see the Mandy paid it forward? So I'm gonna blame you now. You're not doing your job there. I didn't know.
No, Brooke saw it.
Okay. Brooke saw it.
Mm-hmm. He gets it, and I would have put it up
Thank you. So
when you finished
I
with
was somewhere
Penny.
else. I used that to pull myself away from where I was.
Yeah, you're just thinking about that crystal.
Yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more, Penny. As I said, yeah, I can just go with this. I can flow, and it's not about. So again, it really isn't about what I say. Um, Really, it's nothing to do with me. It's all about yourself and how much you want to go to that. Mm. Yeah, he's gone for his coffee. He's probably having a cigarette as well. I believe
Yep,
that.
I'm eating your chocolate bar.
You ate my chocolate bar. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I didn't eat today. Ah, there's Brooke. Good, get yourself off mute, Brooke, and off you go. You're doing Kirsty.
Hey, Kirsty. Man, you're all waiting for me. I thought I was in trouble there for a second.
You are in trouble. You're always in trouble.
Yeah. Brooke, Peter, Trouble, Hadland. It was funny when you were talking about, we feel it's going to be a certain way. I'm like, we all expect it to be like this, and then actual fact, it turns out to be like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true, though. I don't know if you've heard me say this, Penny. I said I'll do whatever I can to distract, pull you away from even coming anywhere near this journey. And we'll get to you in a moment, Kirsty. I've said this to Brooke, and I've said it to a few people. I don't know if I've said it to you. When I had a particular experience, I'll tell you this much about it. I begged for madness. I said I'm lame to do whatever I can to distract it. I begged for madness because the world that I believed in was completely stripped from me, and the realities that I lived in, all the beliefs that I had, but what I saw just completely left me raw. And yeah, I begged and begged and begged to be mad than any of what I was experiencing to be true. It was not unicorns and rainbows.
It's unicorn meat.
Like unicorns. Okay. Thirsty.
Kirsty. Things have to be a certain way. We want things to be a certain way. Sometimes it's all that gives us that security, and we have to believe things are a certain way. Sometimes when we dig deep below the surface, and we understand it for ourselves, we realize that things were never that way. And then we get to a point where we understand that what we think and how things are, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, it just feels like there's some stuff that you need to let go of because it's blocking you from seeing. This is training from the world or ideals from the world. Things that you hold on to at the moment, things that you perceive. And it's okay to perceive certain things from a certain level because that's how we do, but there's more to be seen than what you're seeing at the moment. There's more to be seen around you. It feels like it's not getting a look in. Okay? Because at the moment, whatever's happening in your life, this is the reality that you're creating for you. Okay? But at the moment, it's what you're creating in your mind, in your head. You know, the way we think things are is for us is the way that it is. That's the reality that we weave inside of our mind. And I'm feeling the universe is saying to you, it's like you'll be thinking something, and you'll get to a point where you'll try to catch yourself out, and you'll go, really? Is it? So it just feels like there's an inner. You're getting to a point now where you're starting to question what you think and why things are the way they are. And we can go two ways. We can go back into our comfort zones, but all that does is we end up reinforcing the stuff. You know, we just want to reinforce our patterns to justify them, so we can feel comfortable about it. But there's something that's starting to tick away inside of you, where you start to even question that. Things are just all changing. Things are all looking different. Okay, the old structures, the old thought forms, the old ways aren't holding up as much as they are. Because the universe is saying, look, there's more out there. There's more knowledge. There's more stuff that you've seen. There's more stuff that you know. And like a lot of people, when we truly start to look at things, and we truly start to look at things and how they are, we work out it feels disheartening. Like, I mean, all this time, and I've been looking at it from this way, and it's hard sometimes to let go of years and years and years of way of doing things and experiencing things and believing in things. And when it comes time, you know, in a second, that could all be just wiped away, and we're like, fuck, now I don't know. But that's okay, because there's knowledge coming to you, and there's stuff that you need to do for yourself, and stuff that you've always known that you need to do. And it's time to be of service to yourself and start to do what needs to be done for yourself. Start to honor yourself. Which means you're going to have to move past barriers. You're going to have to move past things that you thought were impossible. We get so set in our ways, and we're like, I can't do that because this is how it works and that's how it works. It's time. You're going to be getting to a point where you're going to have to choose and go, wait a sec. I'm going to move past that if I want any chance of that inner peace. So the universe is asking you at the moment is to start to believe in the impossible. Okay? Because when we go through change, and we go through major change or major realization, sometimes believing in the impossible is the only thing that can keep us sane. But there are conversations that you've been avoiding with yourself because you don't know what to do, or you don't know how they're going to work out. It just gets uncomfortable. But your inner self, deep down inside, really wants this change and wants you to have that conversation with yourself. That heartfelt conversation. Because it just feels like there's a heartfelt neglect. We all do this because we're scared. We don't know. We're not sure what the future holds. We have all the reasons. But crunch time is coming. Crunch time is always coming. But it just feels like now that the universe is, once again, it's putting this on your plate. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Kirsty? How do you want this to play out? This is your movie. This is your story. What ending do you want for this story? I just pulled a card for action, or universe advice to move forward. And this card just came out. This is a choice to make. It's time to make a choice, Kirsty. Your experience is held in a balance. It's held in the balance. Okay? Your energy, all this needs to come into balance, but it's up to you. What do you choose? We know what to choose in our heart, but then when it comes for us to make those changes, we go straight back into distraction. We go straight back into comfort zones. We all do it. We all do it. You need to have faith in someone around you, Kirsty. You need to have faith around you. Some people around you, and you need to reach out for help, and they can give you assistance, and they can start to point you the right way. You don't have to go about it yourself. Yes, it is a lonely path. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But sometimes we have to go strip ourselves back. We have to be vulnerable. And we just have to let go. So we can start the reshaping, the remolding, and finally get to that point where we start to embrace what we know in our soul spark we've been putting off for a long, long time, because it's always been there in our heart somewhere. And the universe is asking you to make that choice to come home. Kirsty, to come home. It's calling us all at the moment. But this stands in the way. Not just for you, for everyone, Kirsty. Illusionary obstacles. Because at the end of the day, they're all an illusion. Doesn't make it any easier. But it does. Okay? Time to connect with your soul at a deeper level and have that conversation. Okay, Kirsty? I hope that's helped you.
Firstly, yeah. The first thing I say is that no, we don't know each other well, but I do know you, and I do pick up on your energy when we are around. So I have that little bit extra here that I can work with, but I'm not gonna go to the things that because a lot of times and something for everyone to understand. There are times that we want to lose ourselves and not look into things, and I do that as much as I can. When we open certain doors, they don't actually close afterwards. Now, it states in that if we're waiting for someone to make a decision or for an outcome based on somebody else, they're going to have control of us. Um, it's always going to be about somebody else needing to do something first before we can do something. That's control. That's nothing. There's no more of us because it's always going to be based on somebody else, somebody else's decisions. It's time to actually stop looking at what you're hoping for, because what you're hoping for, or a result that you're hoping for, now you can hold on to that for a very, very long time, because there's no guarantee when it's going to occur, and all you'll be doing is just hoping for that result, and missing out on everything that's happening around you. Um, as Brooke mentioned, it's time to bring yourself back here, not where you would like to be. And there's nothing wrong with where you would like to be. That's fine. But if you're going to be focusing constantly over there, you're missing out on exactly what is happening in real time, present time, now time. Pull yourself back to that. Keep your activities, which is you are creative, so maintain that aspect of it and just keep your focus to that and allow things to unfold on that aspect of it. But if you're hoping for that shift to occur, again, that's too far ahead to what you're waiting for, or what you're hoping for, or what you would like to occur, because those things are not occurring, and you're just losing your focus and being distracted by holding on to this. Um, bring yourself back to the present and focus on the things that you um, can do, things that you are in control of, which is again, your arts and your crafts. Focus on that, because that's again, that's what you're hoping for. The possibilities are there, but the possibilities of not occurring the way that you'd like to occur is going to just create disappointment. Have a hope, have a plan, have an idea, leave it at that, and bring your focus back to yourself, because you are, you're drifting thought-wise everywhere. Um, Now, healing-wise, again, as I said, I have been around you and I can feel the energy of you. Yeah, healing-wise, you need a lot of work as well, energetically and physical as well. You need to start taking care of yourself a little bit better than what you are. And again, that has a lot to do with where you are focusing and being distracted. So bring yourself back to yourself. Start looking, taking care of you again, and what others are doing. Mind your own business and let them do what they need to do. Because the more you mind your business and focus on yourself, um, the less you'll be agitated and frustrated because someone is not doing things the way that you would have done them. How you do them and how somebody else does them is, it's irrelevant how somebody else does it. So bring yourself back to yourself. Keep focusing on what you're doing. Take care energetically. Look at getting some work done, because you do need a lot of work done. Again, we've already spoken about this, and I'll state it. How much work do you want to put into it? That is completely up to you. How deep you want to go into things. Again, you are in. You have. For starters, the first thing I'll say is you have Mandy, who can direct you to many things, and you just need to be able to state it that Mandy can assist. Mandy can direct you to wherever else it is that you require to be directed to, but you have to want to do that. And again, everything is back onto you. Mind your own business. Let everybody do what they're doing, unless you need to deal with them at that moment. Deal with them. Done. Forget about them and bring it back to yourself. So again, it always comes back to oneself and how much of this do you want to do? How much do you know of the chakras? How much work have you done on that? It's been mentioned to you before, and the last time I heard you say it, you've been slacking off. So all of those things. What can you tell somebody else about chakras? How would you explain it to them? Are you aware of them? How much work do you want to do? How much time do you want to put into it? And as I will say to everyone, this is not part-time. Showing your age, are we, Mandy?
Oh, Mandy, you never said you had a younger sister. Hello.
Kirsty is Mandy's sister.
What?
What? Work it out.
What? I'm Brooke.
So leaving it at that, Kirsty, bring it back to yourself. Keep your focus on you. Start working on you. And again, bring the question to yourself, how much work do you want to put into this? My cup's almost in there. I mean, there's got to be these holes in these cups.
It wouldn't be hard to be less.
Kirsty, Brooke.
It wouldn't be hard to be a less cheekier sister.
This is not a dating site. This is not a dating site. I'm trying to stay awake. I am awake. And I am going to go and make myself another coffee.
Okay, Rebecca, you're up.
Just before you start with Rebecca, just get to do some breathing.
Okay. Mandy, I'm working here. My God. Okay, Rebecca, can I just get you to take a big breath in? And then a big breath out. Okay, as you take a breath in through your nose, hold it. And as release, breathe out. I want you to breathe it all the way down your body. Feel it go down in your feet, down into the ground. Okay, so big breath in. Hold it. Breath out. Feel all your energy go into the ground. Okay, once you've done that a few times, I want you to focus on your heart space. Okay. Okay, wait a second, Rebecca. Rebecca, I just give us a sec. Rebecca, can I have permission to do some energetic work on you, please? Okay. I just feel there's something there. It needs to be tweaked. It needs to be removed. Can I have permission? Okay. Okay, it's a bit clearer. You had something stuck in the back of your neck. Something implanted there. Rebecca, who's there for you? You seem to be there for a lot of other people. Okay. Helping people out. Who's there for you? Are you there for you? I feel like that you need to be more there for you at the moment. Talking about nurturing yourself, looking after, you've got people that you're always looking after, doing things for. Are you doing these things for yourself, though? Are you doing these things for yourself? Because it just feels like you need. It just feels that there's a bit of neglect. It just feels like there's, you're busy doing stuff for all sorts of people, and there's people around you. We love, we care, friends, family, and that. But it just feels like that you're overextending yourself at the moment, and a lot of this is because some of these people, the way they perceive you, I've always been. They expect this of me. I've always been like this. Okay, and it feels like you've settled into a role. Okay, almost like a little bit of a martyrdom role here, and this is because, and we get attached to these identities. Okay, and then we perpetuate them, and then they grow, and before we know it, we've attached ourselves to identity, and we get lost in our identity. And we've taken on this persona, and then we say, "Oh no, that's just who I am." But the thing is we're not our personas. We create all these ideals, and that's how we define ourselves, and it's not even close to who we are. Yet the human race, we all do this. And it just feels like that you're trapped in an identity, and somewhere in your soul, it feels like you're losing. You're like, "No, I'm good." But there's some self-neglect here. It's like you've come what other people need. And at the time, you stop worrying about what other people think, and you need to be you, and need you to be you and love you. You need to focus on yourself at the moment, because it just feels like you're losing yourself. And there's that nurturing part of you, but it's got to be. It needs. You need it for you at the moment. I'm feeling that you need it for you. Okay. Time for you to expand for yourself, for your whole universe, to who you are and how you define yourself. It needs to shift. Here's a typical thing. Oh, I'm a good person. I do this and that. Are you what you do? Who is Rebecca? Who is it that uses Rebecca? I see change. I see someone that needs to get deep contact with who they are. Okay. Because I just feel like you're caught in a persona at the moment that life's perpetuating. And I keep getting, look, reap what you sow, cause and effect. This is having its toll. It's time to get serious about you. It's time to get serious about finding you. It's just time to get serious about this. And people are going to go, oh, well, you used to be cool and you've changed. No, fuck that shit. You need to do you, Rebecca. And I just keep, everything comes back that things need to change. You need to start focusing on you more as a priority. It just feels like you're trapping yourself in a distraction with others at the moment. And the universe is saying, hey, this will have adverse effect if you keep doing it. Bring it back to yourself at the moment. And that's the advice I've got for you at the moment. I hope that helps you. I hope that assists you.
Rebecca, if you've been on this show before, if you've seen us before, so I know you asked, you want to know about relationship and you want to know about financial, and that gives me a sort of that gives me an opening to enter in a particular place where it's not really what I focus on, but shows me certain things. That which you're after is always there, and you can always be after it. And it's truly, how comfortable are you with yourself? Were you married? Have you been married, or because I'm not quite certain why, but that came up for me. But it feels like that your focus. It's not as much about for you. Your focus is on how things can improve for you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's there's a question there that you have for yourself. And that's why you're asking that question. Something that you're going to have to deal with on your own and make decisions that are right and true and correct for yourself. And no one, and I'll state to this, no one can make a decision for you on how it's going to turn out. And doesn't matter what I state will only be a presumption. So this is something that's a journey that you have to go through on your own. It could be also because of what you've mentioned, but I don't feel that's got anything to do with it. It's you're looking for something, but you're not certain what it is that you're truly looking for, and a lot of things are presenting themselves, which you're using more to focus on. It sort of creates more of a distraction. But I don't know how much you'll understand this aspect of it. But so I think that you've had more time to yourself, and you start to see things that are around you, which you started to question, and more questions are going to keep coming up. With where you are at this moment, it's not easy to truly focus on you because your distraction, your focus where it is at this moment is only keeping you there. And it's more about how things can turn out than how things are. And honestly, no one can truly tell you how things are going to turn out, but you can actually look at how you would like them to turn out and start working on that aspect of it. Start working on how you would like things to be for yourself to be in a good position. What is it you need to do? How do you pull yourself out of where you are to be in that to be in a different position that is more comfortable for for yourself? Um, so there's much there that needs to be looked at and worked on. But again, how much you want to do for yourself and what is right for you is something you have to start looking at. Because no one's really going to give you a true answer to how things are going to turn out. I can say to you whatever it is that I choose to say to you regarding that. But the truth is, I don't know how things will turn out for you, but you do, and you have control on how they turn out. And it has a lot to do in how you think. Um, be positive. Keep your focus to how you would like to see things and how you'd like things to unfold for you. Um, and focus on that. Focus on the things that you can do to make you comfortable and look at things that are not making you comfortable in the position that you're in and how do you remove them so you don't need to have that uncomfortable aspect in your life. Decisions to be made, and you have to be honest with yourself when you make those decisions. Um, and when you're ready to truly understand what it is that you're looking for, and you're going to go deeper, maybe sometime we'll have a different conversation. But at this moment, focus on the things you can do. Be honest with yourself how you would like things to be, and what is it you truly want to be focusing on um, to do what it is that you really require to do. Because there is a lot that you want to know for yourself, but there are things that are happening for you at this moment around you, and they're the things that you truly need to deal with. Um, and I really don't have much more to offer you. I hope that assists you. What do we have next? Um, Hello. Who came up before? How do you pronounce that? Yolene? Yolene? Yolena? Brody? Oh, that's fine, Rebecca. We pretty much keep our focus to the individual. We work on assisting you on where you are at this moment. Uh, to again, this is why it is a different show. Our focus is more about who you are, not what you want, and not what your expectations are. Um, self growth, if you would like. So, to assist yourself on getting to know yourself. And that's what we work on mainly. We work on the energetic aspect of it. The well, we what is occurring in this moment, and not what's actually occurring in one's mind. So we don't really work on the thought process or what one wants or what one believes. If anything, we actually go a little bit deeper and try to shadow your beliefs and show you that they're not really your beliefs, but what you're attached to. So yes, we go it's a different. We go in a different direction here. Okay, I think we have two more here, and I will leave it there. Yelena, I will take you, and Brody, if you're still there. Well, it is health issues. You see, not doctors for starters, so we don't provide health advice whatsoever. Yeah. If we pick up anything, it will be based on the energetic aspect of what is going on. A lot of the health issues that one experiences, again, based on one's thought process and what level of understanding you have of yourself, is what we would work on. So if there were health issues there that really stood out, it would be an energetic aspect that would be focusing on. So if there is something there which you consider to be health, uh, again, there's many reasons why I wouldn't go too much into what I could go to, but I would say go and have a look at those. Go to the right people when it comes to the health itself. But energetically, thought process and how you're thinking and bringing you to the moment to see things differently, see how your thoughts are creating your own issues, and how you are focusing on negativity and letting that itself dictate your life. We can work on that aspect of it. There is a lot to do with how you think and the why you think in the particular way, which is creating the environment that you are in at this moment. And that has a lot to do with the way that you think. So if you want to look more into that, so, this is where I'll say to you, look into chakras, look into the meridians, the energetic aspect of the body itself, different healing modalities, and again, depending on what it is that you're looking at. What I tend to suggest for many is, a good place to really start with alternative healing. Many hear about Reiki and so forth, but I would suggest and recommend for a lot of health issues, acupuncture. So I want to look at some acupuncture, and that might assist you in some issues that you are dealing with health-wise, which is the blockages that are through your body at this moment and certain points in your body that you're feeling more than others. That's just energy blockages. So that's on that aspect that we work with.
You're on mute, Brooke. Thank you.
You had any spinal damage, Rebecca? Been in a car accident or anything? Okay. Okay.
Two more, but I think one of them is gone. If Brody's not here, we'll make Yelena the last one.
Yeah. Sometimes all the wishing, all the wanting, all the wishing of have things being different can occupy our mind, our thoughts. And when we think things should be different, or when we think things should, we want things to be different, we wish they were a different way other than what they are, we can become imprisoned in our mind, in our emotions, in all sorts of things. You know what I mean? But sometimes, to move on, to move forward, just to get out of what we've created, is we've just got to respond with grace, which comes down to radical acceptance and go, you know what? It's happened. I'm here. This is what it is. And we can focus on the experience, the memories, what we've gone through, the pain, the good, the bad. We can focus on that. We can shift our focus and go, you know what? What do I have to do to move forward? What do I have to do to get the change that I want so other things don't happen again, or just to shift the way we feel sometimes? Because we can imprison ourselves in our mind with all these thoughts, and we can create a bigger prison than what was in reality and what was happening to us in reality. It just feels like there's somewhere that you need to start, that you need to just accept, and it feels like that you just need to start, okay, I've got here, the first card I've got for you is respond with grace. Now, how do we respond with grace when things aren't the way we want? Is we accept them for what they are. Go, is there anything for me to learn? What did I bring to the table? What did I not bring to the table? Did I have control over everything? Is there something I can learn about myself for myself? Okay? Because the perception at the moment I'm getting is you've got things worked out and it's this way and this is how it happened. It's not fair. And sometimes, it ain't fair. And it was shitty. And it did work out that way. And from certain perspectives. And we've got a right to be angry, or we've got a right to be upset. But there comes a time where we've got to move past that. And to move past that, it's not always easy, but sometimes we just have to dig deep and go, okay, look, I want to move from where I'm at the moment. I want to be somewhere else. I want a different experience. I don't want to be stuck in this experience. Until we go looking for ways that we can actually achieve that, we can get caught up in the emotion. We can get caught up in feeding the thoughts. We can get caught up in our sorrow, and it starts a nasty cycle. And we can get caught in it, and it's overwhelming, and it can stress us. And we can just get caught and caught and caught in it, and we can think, feed it, and then it grows, and we can just... it can consume us. At the moment, you need to be looking. It feels like you need to be looking for some light. You need to be looking for some change. And instead of looking about the people around you and going, hey, look, yeah, well, that happened, they did that, this did that. Well, I got a card came up for you. It's inverted. A time to give rather than take. And this card represents, instead of us saying, hey, look, in being in want, and when's this going to happen, or, when's this going to change? Instead of, it asks us to become proactive and what can we give to the situation? What can we do for ourselves? You're being asked right now, what can you do for yourself to assist yourself? Okay, this is about getting at the blame game. It's not about the blame game. You know what? The blame game doesn't help anyone. What you need to do is be asking yourself, what can I do for me What can I do to assist me? What can I do to move forward? Okay, regardless of the situation. Sometimes we've just come out of a time of grief or a time of letdown, or there's always life is so much full of stuff happening, but when we get caught in it, it can consume us. And sometimes we can stay there until we move forward. But we move forward when we start to make that choice, start to make the steps and the implicate. You know this. Because if your inner self, your higher self is telling you the same thing, and when we ignore it, when we feed it, we get caught in gratifications, whether it be drinking, food. It's easy done. We're human. Or we can get caught in the gratification of our thoughts, and we can just feed the thoughts. You're the one that creates, you're the one in charge of your reality at the moment. Yolene, what do you want? How do you, as this story plays out, how do you want this story to go? If you're watching a movie right now, how would you want it to play out? If you're watching from another perspective as someone else. Okay, because at the moment all the cards here are saying is this is the reality in your mind that you're creating. This is in your mind that you're creating. Time to shift the focus and break the pattern and break the cycle. Okay, that starts with you making that choice. That's the message that I've got for you. What choice do you want to make? I hope that's assisted you.
I still hear you, Elaine. Like Elaine.
Maybe. Or wants to say that.
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying, because I don't have to visit on there, because the only thing that I'm picking up is confusion. Confused, uncertain. I feel that the yelling is there. Because there's nothing, I don't really have anything other than confusement. So I don't know what that means for you. If you are still here and you can respond to that, that'd be great. If not, I'm pretty much done because all I'm picking up here is confusion. It's not going any direction. If I was to say anything else, I'd probably have to go to something teenager-wise, something holding on to in the past when you were a teenager. But yeah, I really don't know which direction. Just a lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty around you at this moment, and you are looking for directions, but there's not much more than that. Just a lot of confusion, and I can't work more. I can't go any further than that one itself. So I couldn't help you any more than that.
Okay.
Okay, peeps. That was it. I haven't had any responses from anyone else. So we'll leave it at that. I'll call it a night.
Yep.
It's a 151 here at this moment. What are you at? No, you'll be at
121.
121. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, people. Good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope you all have a good weekend. Enjoy. Until next time. Uru.
Right.